Good afternoon. I welcome you all the members for a wonderful afternoon. February 28th, the last day of the month, February 28th. I welcome you all for an exciting webinar which we'll be conducting now shortly. Now let me introduce you what RATA means to us. RATA means Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Traders Association. It is a chapter which was started in the year 1949 in Mumbai. Today it has 13 chapters across the nation. There are various chapters, especially Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, and many more chapters. Now, recently we crossed the highlight of having 1,000 members, and this association has been growing by leaps and bounds, especially from the last 2 years. It has been ably guided under the stewardship of Mr. Ajit Panikkar at Mumbai. He is the president of RATA All India. The, the motive of RATA is it is to engage with the central and the state governments and get benefits for the trade. Unite trade members so they can collaborate with each other. Third is develop knowledge bank. And basically, it is an association of various members, traders, MSMEs, and service providers, and all business owners for a mutual benefit. RATA is also affiliated to various trade bodies. For example, FKCCI Bangalore, which is a premium association of trade owners which represents the trade owners to the government of India, to the government of Karnataka. Similarly, RATA is associated with many more state trade associations and central trade associations. Finally, the intention is to represent the traders and help them resolve all their problems with the central and the state governments. It's also a trade body which unites and keeps having associations and celebrations where all the members attend, meet each other, and share their pains and pleasures, so that each of us are benefited from the experience of others. So this is what RATA is for you. RATA conducts webinars on a regular basis. I told you there are 13 chapters. Each chapter has been conducting 1, 2, or 3 webinars, which means, and these webinars are stored in the RATA website and in the YouTubes. So which means that whatever you want about business, about the sales tax, about the provident funds, or about the various service issues of refrigeration or air conditioning, you can get an immediate solution. There is something which is there for each and every problem what our people are facing in refrigeration and air conditioning. Now let me go one step ahead. As I told you, there are 13 chapters across India. Now we belong to the chapter, that is the Bangalore chapter, and this Bangalore chapter has 75 members today, and we have been very active from the last 2 years. On an average, we have been conducting 2 webinars every month, and we have been conducting different technical meeting peoples, chartered accountants, labor inspectors, and various other people, where we share the knowledge and we give an opportunity for the members to resolve all the doubts what they have in their mind. Now, in the recent past, Bangalore had conducted a session which is called as Chai Pe Charcha. And in this Chai Per Charcha, we had discussed about how the various problems our member friends are facing when we give credit to customer and the customer doesn't pay back the money. So we all have joined together. We had a 1.5 hours discussion, and we have decided to have some steps and keep helping each other to resolve these problems of payment, so that our major issue of payment collection is getting resolved. So, likewise, we have many more plans, and I'm sure as you become the member of RATA, you always have somebody to help you in the times of difficulty, in the times of your need. And that is what RATA is for you. Now, let me talk about today's program. As I told you, today we have one more knowledge sharing session, a webinar, and this webinar is being conducted by a very eminent person from Bangalore. It's very difficult to explain him explain or give his biodata in a short time. It requires at least 1 hour, but I will not take such a long period. I will explain him in very short. He is a person who works as a consultant for the last many years. He owns a company by name Yes Consultants in Bangalore. He is an alumnus of IIT Chennai. He owns a consultancy firm, Triple S Consultants. He has 38 years of experience in the line of HVAC. He is a presidential member of ISHRE Bangalore and member of ASHRE, IGBC, and FSL. We are proud to introduce him as the current president of RATA Bangalore. So today he is going to speak on winning in selling. So he's an expert in sales, marketing, and many more things. So he felt selling is one of the important subjects which every person in the trade needs to know, because either it is you or me, we are all in the line of selling from day one, from morning to evening. So today he is going to speak about winning in selling, and this is the part 3. We have made it as a series of programs. We had part 1, part 2, part 3. Today is the part 3 of the winning in selling. It's a very valuable webinar, and I request all members to actively participate. And once the talk is over by the speaker, if you have any doubts, you can keep them ready and you can put forward the doubts. The doubts will be forwarded to the speaker, and you will get the apt reply for your doubts. So please join me in welcoming the eminent speaker of the day, Mr. C. Subramaniam, winning in selling.
Thank you. Thank you, Prasad, for your very generous and very nice introduction. I don't know whether I deserve all that, but however, I will just get started. Dear friends, today's session is we are going to talk about winning in selling. And I'm sure that most of you, we are in the end of February now. We have got one more month for this financial year, which is the end of March. And during this, in the past couple of years, when all of us had a lot of unprecedented circumstances, ups and downs in our business and personal lives, I'm sure that all of you have something to cherish, something to enjoy, and in selling, because day to day we are in the business of selling. We need to sell to keep things going, to keep our business going at good price points and good top line and bottom line. And let's see how are we going to take. So I'm seeing you now here for the third time. We met first time in the end of October, then the end of January. We had the second session, and today I want to share with you some of the points that will be helping us to make us sales champions, and possibly do winning, have so let's enjoy the success of winning in selling and taste the winning in selling. Third part, let's see what is there for us now. Quickly, before we go into the today's part, maybe for a few minutes, we will just brush up what we saw in the last two parts, which is important because it is a long process. It is not just a standalone thing of one aspect, one dimension that is going to make us win in selling. It is a completed, consolidated, total approach, which is going to make us win in selling process. So what did we see in the last three sessions? He said the success of selling, a success of a salesperson, depends on three important aspects, which is, we said, yes, the person should have knowledge, the person should have a lot of skills, And then to top it all that, and the most important thing what we need is attitude. That is what we said was these are the three essential, possibly, parameters, essential parts, essential knowledge, skills, and attitude, the DNA of a success of a salesperson, what we need at the end of the day. Now, under the knowledge, what we said, we saw a lot of things. I'm not going to go through the individual aspect. The detailed previous sessions are available for all of us to see in the RATA website, as Prasad mentioned it clearly. These are the various kinds of knowledge that you will need. You may need more of product, more of pricing, more of technical. It depends on the product you sell, the system you sell. If you're a trader, if you're a contractor, if you're a service provider, it will depend on various aspects. And then skills, definitely you need a lot of skills. We went through this in very great detail in the last two sessions. We need communication, presentation, interpersonal negotiation, time management, complaint handling, conflict resolution skills. We need all these skills to also complement our knowledge. Knowledge alone is not going to take us through the sales process, right? We need a lot of skills. And then we said, these two, are they enough, or do we need the right attitude? And I'm sure that you all will agree with me that you want, the business owners who are there with me on the call today and who are going to watch this video subsequently, you will agree with me that, as a complementary parameter dimension to this two, the most important thing is the attitude of the salesperson, which is going to bring in a lot of sales to the organization, right? Be it our own business or the salespeople working for the RATA business owners. The positive attitude is very important, and we went through that detail. We had the fish, the people who sold fish in US market, how nicely, how enjoyably they were selling that fish, and how they touch base with customer, how they made the customer enjoyed that process when they came and bought the fish and things like that. We saw in great detail during that session. These are the three things: we enjoy your job, we enjoy the sales process. Yes. So now let's assume that these three we have. We have knowledge. Yes, we have the right attitude. Maybe attitude will swing, but we should try to be always having a positive attitude towards the customer and towards the process. Yes, we have the right set of skills, for which every organization is going to give you a lot of training, maybe. And we pick up a lot of this, as we go along in the sales process, in this journey of selling. Each one of us who are on this call, you will be having your own personal experience of how much of knowledge will help you, how much of skill will help you, how much of attitude will help you. Let's see we have the right proportion of all this. And then, do we bag all the orders? Right? That's a very, very important question that we are going to ask. So does it mean that a person who has got the reasonably good percentage of knowledge, reasonably very good skills, excellent skills in talking to customer, in making presentations, in doing so many things, and the right attitude, does that person, he or she, is that person bagging all the orders in the market? Whatever he quotes, does it happen? Right? I think you all have the answers ready with you. I'm sure that each one of you will be submitting a minimum of, even if you take one proposal a day, you will be submitting 25 proposals. If you take, it depends on what product you are selling and what system you are selling. It may be 25 proposals, 30 proposals, 50 proposals, or 100 proposals in 1 month. Do you get all the orders? Do you get all the 30 proposals, all the 100 proposals? Do they turn into order? Is it yes or no? And how do we handle it? How should our outlook be, right? And is it important for us to go through that process? What is that process called? And how does it play an important role in the makeup of a salesperson? That is, when I am saying makeup of a salesperson, it's not only the technical knowledge, it resides on one part of the brain. The skills that you determine, that is there, attitude is there. But on top of that, how you are prepared, how you are able to take the things on your hands, how you are resilient in this process of selling. What is this? Is what we are going to see today in the third part of winning in selling process. What is this? Now, there is an important thing in the sales process. We have to know that selling is a rejection game. Selling is a rejection game. Now, when we say rejection game, what exactly is a rejection game in winning and selling? So, to win in selling, we have to understand this rejection process, right? We have to understand, we have to prepare ourselves, we have to format ourselves, we have to fine tune ourselves, exactly, right, to get through this process of rejection, right? And it might look, right, that we would fail more often than you would succeed. Like as I was telling you, if you are going to submit 100 proposals a month, will all the 100 turn to orders? Then everybody is going to be a champion in selling. Does it happen? You touch your heart and you can answer it to yourself. Does it happen or it doesn't happen? Right? Now, maybe not. Maybe we do not get all the orders. All the proposals don't turn out to be orders. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. And what shall we compare this to? So when we say selling is a rejection game, this is something which we can always compare it with any other process where there is a target, where there is a goal to be achieved, where there is an objective goal there to be achieved. And there are so many things which are happening dynamically in that process, which will either take you there successfully through that process, or you might not be successful in that process, right? Now, what is that? And to understand this better, right, to understand this better, we can possibly compare this game, the selling as the selling game, and we can do a lot of learning. We can take a lot of learning from games like soccer, cricket. Now, we can say, we can also talk about other games, tennis, and so many other games. But let's say selling is again a game like this. Why can we compare? Why are we comparing this to other games? Because here, so you got a player here, is against a set of players on the other side. Let's say you take soccer. So what is the goal? Goal is to win for the team. The goal is to win for the team. Now, here you are winning for the company. You are winning the orders for the company to sustain, and for the company to increase the market share, and to make the top line and the bottom line to sustain, to make profit for the owner, and to take care of all the overheads and things what the owner has to pay for all the employees of the organization, right? Now, what does the soccer, what does it happen? One player is up against a host of 10 players to negotiate, to bring all his skills, to bring all his knowledge, what he has gained in the past. So you're having knowledge, you are having skills. And do you have the attitude? Yes. You also need to have other attitudes as well. Otherwise, you're going to get red card and yellow card and be out of the game, right? So this is a game, selling, which we can possibly compare it with soccer and compare it with cricket as well, right? Because cricket again is a game where one team is playing against the other game, and then you've got 11 players and 2 players are batting there, and there's a bowler who is bowling to the batsman, and how does the process of his wicket takes place. And let's see whether there are any good learnings that we can take from this two games. So especially today, we will focus on soccer and cricket a little bit and see where we are today and how does it help us in this process. And to get the best import of this and to get the best impact of our learning process, let's look at what the great champions do, and that will make the job simple for us. And the two champions whom we are going to look at soccer is none other than Lionel Messi and Ronaldo. And I'm sure that each one of you will be knowing this great superb players in this game whom entire world adores. So they've got a great fan following, and they do something which others can't do, and there is something which is making them unique. And what is that which is making them unique? and making them stand out compared to others who are also playing in the game. Maybe there are some others like this, but we have just taken these two examples for us. You can take any other example as well. I'm just taking for the generality and the way in which impact happens. I'm taking these two players. So these are the two guys whom I'm going to take today. Let's see what happens and what is our objective. We want to understand how how it is comparable to sales game and how that rejection happens. Now, if we look at the statistics from the Champions League, now this is some statistics which we have got from them. Now, for example, if you just have these two players, Messi and Ronaldo, if you see the number of goals possibly they did during this Champion League, one guy scored eight goals, the other guy scored 17 goals. Now, what were the number of attempts that this guy Messi and Ronaldo made at the goalpost is what you have to see. Now, that is where our great learning is. This is like the number of proposals that we are shooting out every day throughout the month. How much of proposals we are shooting out? So possibly this guy Messi has attempted 57 attempts, right? And the commentator and the audience, spectators who are sitting on the football ground, they come to the edge of the seat, and every 57 attempt that Messi makes, or every 84 attempt that Ronaldo makes, they will be sitting at the edge of the seat and wanting to just go full thunder to appreciate this guy. But does it happen always? Does it happen on all these 57 attempts for Messi? Does it happen at all the 84 attempts for Ronaldo? And we all will say, no, it doesn't happen. They sink back in the seat, and then they put their hands on the face, they put the t-shirt on their faces, and then they say, God save, what is happening, right? Our man misses 49 times, now Ronaldo misses 67 times, and then the goals is only hardly 15%, 8, or this guy. But after attempting 49 attempts, right? Does Messi stop? Does Ronaldo stop? Hitting the goalpost and then negotiating the ball through the defense mechanism, all the defenders. Does he do that? Does he retire? Does he go out of the playground saying that I have made 57 attempts, I have made 49 misses, I've tried 40 times, and the goal doesn't happen, and 45 minutes is over, then the next second 45 minutes is over, and almost at the end of that period there are times when the goal has come. So which means they don't give up. See, the learning that we have to get from this two great stupendous players is that they don't give up. And players like this, you can't find that any missing skills with these two players. There is no skill that they don't have. They have all the skills that the entire world is learning from them. And they have the right attitude, and they are absolutely cool, absolutely calm. They are not like other guys who are running around and then hitting the other guy's shoes and leg and all that. So they have the right attitude, they have the right skill, and they are knowledgeable. They know about the game. They know inside, outside of the game, and as captain, they are leading the side. They are training people. They are telling everyone how to negotiate, how to play the game, right? But still, if you see, there are more and more and more misses than the goals what they have achieved. So possibly the learning that we can do from here is the attempts can be many, 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 and the misses also can be many, many, many. But still, with the 8 goals that this guy got and with 17 goals, and they are the reigning champions. They are the best in the football arena today. They are worshipped by so many people. They got such a great fan following. Now they don't look at the 49 misses. If you see there, people are not going to look at the 49 misses. They are not going to look at the 67 misses. The entire world looks at only these numbers, how many goals that these guys have taken, what is their attitude, and what is the persistence, and how did they go beyond that miss and got it. That is what is important for us to learn here. Now, I'm sure that, you know, I try to convey whatever best that the learning process, that learning that we can do from Messi and Ronaldo. Now, let's turn our discussion towards cricket, because since cricket is, we love cricket. Cricket is there in our breath, in all in throughout India. And but for the discussion purpose, I am taking a cricketer who is from Sri Lanka, who is, and we know who all this person is about, who is Muthaiya Muralidharan. Let's look at his staggering statistics. Let's look at his staggering statistics. Now, he has bowled 44,000 balls, 44,000 attempts at the wicket. Now, be it Sachin Tendulkar, be it Virendra Sehwag, be it Rahul Dravid, against whom he has bowled, be it Steve Waugh he has bowled, be it some of the best cricketers to whom he has bowled, and he has bowled so much of attempts as there at the wicket to gain that. And how many times did he fail? He failed at a staggering number of 43,239 times. It's not one, two, three, four. It's not hundreds. It's not thousands. It's not even 10,000. It is 40,000 plus 43,000 times that this gentleman, this cricketer, this great cricketer has failed to get a wicket. And there are only 800 wickets that he has got, which means there are 800 times either he has got them bowled or he has made them give a catch. These are the two things which he has done. So look at the staggering numbers. Compare between this 800 with 44,000. It is hardly just 2%. 2%. Now, will it happen that he comes and bowls 900 balls or 800 attempts he makes at the wicket and he scores 800? Now, that will give a strike rate of almost 100%. Does it exist in the field of sports today? You take cricket, you take soccer, you take tennis. I don't think we have got that kind of a strike rate, right? Now, we know the best of cricketers like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, we know Sachin Tendulkar, we know Rahul Dravid, who is like a great wall, right? And each one of them, there are Sunil Gavaskar, and name it, we have got some of the best cricketers in India and across the world. The first innings, they get bowled on the first ball, and they score a duck, and they walk back. Now, what do they do in the second innings? There are lots and lots of times when they have gone back and they have scored centuries and double centuries in that match, either in that match or in that series. So you take a bowler, you take a batsman. So you got records where your strike rates are less, right? Your strike rates are less, but you are not going to be measured by the number of attempts that you have failed. It depends on what is the success, how much of success that you have got, and how that success is valued, how those success were very important for the team to get to score a win, to strike a win in the match, and how you also improved your personal achievement. How did you personally achieve? What did you do there? Right? These are the two staggering, you know, field of sports that reveal this great learning for us, that in this process of rejection. Now, what was the subject? What we said is a rejection. Sales is a rejection game. Now, again, cricket is a rejection game. Now, 43,000 times he has been hit for fours and sixer and twos and ones and maybe a lot of no balls, right? And there are a lot of here. There are a lot of miss attempts where it has just gone out of the ground. It has not hit the goal post and all that. But they are measured by their, by the victory they bring to the team, by the persistence and then determination with which they go and hit the goal, right? So that is what is a great learning that we have got to learn from these two or you take a field of tennis. You take, you know all the players who have come back and who keep on winning and winning and winning, right? So in this process, what is the learning that we have to do? So winning in selling, what does it do for us? Be ready for rejection in selling. So what is the primary thing? We have to be ready for rejection in selling, right? We have to be ready for the rejection in selling. It's not that whatever proposal we say, customer is going to say yes. Your proposal is great, your price is great, the product which you offered is great, the system which you offered is absolutely fine, and we will be mailing you the order. Does it happen? It doesn't happen always, right? So we have to be ready for a rejection in selling, and be ready to hear a no. It's not that always we will hear a yes from customers. And what is no? Possibly we can look at a very positive way. That is where your attitude again comes, the way you prepare yourself to face the new circumstance. No is nothing but a new opportunity. No is nothing but a new opportunity. So maybe the customer will tell, I am not going to give you this order. Then you start asking them the question, why? What is the reason? Is your requirement different? What are you looking at? Maybe the efficiency of the compressor what you're given is different. Maybe the price at which you're given is maybe different, and his expectations are different. Maybe the delivery time is different. So many things matter. And the communication is what is important there at that point of time. How do we communicate well with the customer? How do we carry on this process so that no is what nothing but a new opportunity? And there are lots and lots of new secrets, known secrets that we have. There are a lot of secrets that we all know. It's not closed secret. Each one of us have gone, have spent time with customer, and each one of you, I am sure, have got your own personal story about how you have negotiated, how you have lost an order, how you have got an order, and how you have converted an order which was a no to yes in the process, right? Now, when we say no, it can also mean that the customer does not know how to take the decision at that point of time. How do we look at it? Maybe the information that the person has on the proposal what you have given, maybe it is a split system, maybe it is a VRF system, maybe it's a chill water system, maybe it is a compressor, maybe it is a cold storage equipment. You have packaged together certain things, but then he doesn't make head or tail out of it, and he is not able to take a decision based on the proposal that we have sent. Now, when we look at it, we say it's all fine. I have given you a price, you wanted this, and this is what it is, and you have to take a decision. But he is not able to take a decision, right? So no can also mean that, right? So it means a lot of things, which some of it we can address in today's session, but some of it possibly we have to take it to the next session, and we will have a deep dive into what are the things that we can look at. So no, as I said, can be new opportunity. Now, what is the process of buying? What is the makeup of the people? How do they buy? When do they buy? What do they buy? Why do they buy? All that. So these questions we have to keep on asking as a salesperson in the field. Let me tell you one thing: the people are not going to buy you just because you are going to give your product at the least price. Just because your compressor is going to be least price, they are not going to buy and stock it for them, right? They are going to buy what they want, when they want it, more than they want at the money it costs, because they don't want to put the money at a time when they don't want it, but when it is required for them at the right time. And we all know how it happened in the last 2 years at the COVID time. you know People were scrambling for this ventilation equipment, the oxygen generators, right? You name it, every salesperson would have made enough money on this product, right? Because that was the need of the day. It was the time they wanted oxygen, and they wanted it at their doorstep. They wanted it immediately without any delay, and a machine which was working, which works, and which delivers them what they expect. So that is what we have to understand. So we have to understand the pulse of the customer. So the people buy, the customers buy what they want when they want it, much more than what they want at the money it costs. And for us as salespeople, we have to understand one thing. It is lot. We get emotionally attached to the process. We get emotionally attached to the order and things like that. The fear of loss, they say, is greater than the desire to gain. The fear of loss we are talking about, we are afraid that we will be losing an order. Now if you get the order, maybe it doesn't, that desire is not that great, you're not going to enjoy that more. But the other side, you don't want the impact on your human personality, your emotions, and your mental makeup is lot more on the fear of loss of an order, right? And there are some more known secrets. Let's see what they are, because understanding all this, it will give us an insight into what is all about this rejection game. How should we overcome this rejection game? And how should we understand that yes, there is a rejection game. It's not that I'm going to get all yes and get all the orders. And let me prepare myself to increase my order. So what does it happen? Keep on asking for the order. That is our job. That is the salesman's job. If you are in sales, you should not be, you know you should not be having shy on asking for order. You should ask the customer, when are you going to finalize? When does your end user need this equipment? When does the end user need the building ready? Right? Now, when do you want the equipment at your doorstep? When do you want it to be shipped from the factory? Maybe there is a delivery period. So many things. You have to keep on asking for the order. Now, why? I tell you, there is a big reason for that. 46% of the salespeople ask for the order once and then quit the process. Now, what does it mean? Out of 146 people are going to, you send a proposal today. After a couple of days or whenever you have time, you just call the customer and you don't know also to whom you have sent. That is a very bad stuff. You are not a good salesman if you do that. Now 46% of the people ask for the order. So you just call the customer. Sir, I have sent you a proposal. Have you gone through it? So when are you going to send the order? Let's say this is the call that you're going to make to the customer. So he may say, yeah, we received the proposal. We may decide in the next 1 week, right? And then after that you forget. After that you forget to ask, forget to follow up, and you don't. And that is what happens. 46% almost, and whatever figure I am talking about is approximately from the statistics. 46% of ask for the order once and they quit the process. Now 24% again of the remaining ask for the second time before giving up. They ask again, but then they just go from, they are better than that first 46%, right? They are better than the 46%, but are they the best of the best of the best? Maybe not, because 24% ask for the second time before giving up. Now, there is one more category, which is the 14% of people ask for the third time and leave. They got little more perseverance, little more grit, little more determination. They ask for the third time, and I have asked them enough. Now your boss says, "Have you followed up?" Yeah, I have followed up. How many times you followed up? I followed up 3 times. Oh, if you followed up 3 times, and if he is not giving the order, then go and concentrate on something else. Your boss may say that. Mostly they will not, because every order is valued for them. But if you conclude yourself that I have asked 3 times, let me not waste my time, let me go to the next customer, maybe that is not the end of the process, right? Now 12% again hang in there before they throw the proverbial towel. The 12% of the people again, they are there till, but they have still not crossed the well 100%. Now you are crossing a well, you've got to cross the well 100% before you, otherwise you're going to fall down. So that's what is going to happen. So let me tell you, in general, if you go by the general statistics of, the sales process, the salesmen, the owners, the customers, all that, 60% of all sales are made after fifth closing attempt. You do this analysis yourself. Now each one of you will be sending hundreds of proposals every month. So you just keep a track of that. You say this is one proposal. I have called them once, second time, third time. I have called them this. I have called them this. How many, how much of proposals you were able to close with what? How many number of attempts? You keep track of it yourself. Now that itself will tell you, let me build resilience, let me build persistence, let me build my perseverance, right? So the moral of the story here is always ask for the order. So that is the best thing. So you got to ask for the order. There is nothing, you don't have to feel shy about it, because we are salespeople. As a salesman, we have to ask for the order. So we have to ask for the customer in a polite way, of course. We can't take the phone and say, when are you sending the order? You are not going to get the order like that, right? So you got, there is a process, there is a way in which we talked about communication skill, we talked about so many things, interpersonal skills. So there is a lot more to this entire thing, but at a macro level we should know that we should ask for the order. So you can't just beat around the bush. I have sent my proposal, my compressor is the best compressor in the world, there is no other compressor which is taking, higher power, higher power consumption kilowatt than one I offered you. We are the number one company in India. We have delivered the maximum number of compressors to the government. We hold this market share. With all those stories, at the end of the day, if you don't ask for the order, so you should always ask for the order. When is it happening? When are you finalizing? What is the process involved? Are you looking for something else? So you got to ask some questions, and so we have to, the basic fundamental thing is ask for the order. And and the second important thing, known secrets, this is what we talked about. So 46% ask for order and quit, that is 54 people are left in the game. What happened to the next one? 24% leave at the second gate. So 30% are left in the game. 14% ask the third time, that is 16 people are left in the game. And 12% hang in there, and then they also leave the process. So how many people are left in the process? How many people are left in the process is hardly, there are 4 people who are left in the game at the end. So so that is what happens. So which means 60% of all sales are made after fifth closing attempt. And tell you, this is another statistics which possibly each one of you will know about it. It happens that 4% of the people or the companies, they will grab 60% of the sales value from the market, from the market size which you're talking about. Not everybody gets. So what it tells is a lot of perseverance. Fortune lies in the follow-up game. So we have to follow up. So follow up. Maybe at different stages we have to follow up. We should know where to follow up, we should know how to follow up, and we should know what kind of detail is missing, what kind of detail the customer is looking for. As we keep going, maybe the goalpost is changing, maybe the requirement is changing, and maybe the speed at which they want the information from you is much higher than what you are providing to them, right? So there may be a lot of dynamics in this entire sales process, in the selling game, which you should understand. But for all that to happen, you have to call, you have to follow up. Not first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. Now, just because I have told you fifth time, sixth time, you don't have to stop at sixth time. There are some time when you have to do seventh time, eighth time, ninth time. The persistence pace, the determination at which you are striking the deal, the determination with which you are going behind the owner, behind every decision maker, in asking for the order. Now that is where the fortune lies. Understand? So now the old order is ask and thou shall be given, but maybe the present rule is ask 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, and thou shall be given. Because it's not that order is going to just flow by. It's not that order is going to just by sail through without any problem. It is going to come your way. You have to ask. You have to follow up, and that is what is most important. Because selling is a rejection game again. Because it's not that it's going. So selling is a rejection game. So what does it happen? 60% of sales are closed by 4% of profession. So which means, yes, there are others who are not going to close this. So when we are not going to do that, we should know how to take it. We should know how to handle it, emotionally. And in this process, we should not take it personally. Suppose a salesman, who are part of our business owners process companies, you're working. Suppose, let's say, the customer has not placed order on you, you should not take it personally. If you, as long as you are, confident, you are conscious that yes, I have put in 100% of my effort. I have not failed in the attempt. I have called them n number of times. I have given them all the details, and I am convinced that yes, I have done my job to the best of my knowledge, best of my satisfaction, right? Still, if the order doesn't come to you, maybe it is not because of the problem which is there with you. Maybe it is not because the customer doesn't like you. Maybe the customer wants to has some other requirement. Maybe the customer doesn't like your organization. Maybe he has a bad experience with the service department in your organization, the post sales, post warranty, there may be. So we have to find out. We have to dig all the details. Why did we lose this order? And if it is a very important order, if it is a large value and very important customer, and if you have lost, it's all the more important that we have to analyze. Every salesperson has to have his or her own diary, has his or her own record of all the sales process. Why did I lose the order? Why did I back the other order? Why, what should I do to get the order again? So it's not that easy that orders will just flow by themselves, as the river water. It's not going to happen. We have got to do a lot of work. There is a lot of big huge process in this way. And I think if sales champions don't just become just like that. So it's like, there are hundreds of players in the game of football, but there is only one Lionel Messi, there is only one Ronaldo, there was only one Pele. So it's like that. Everybody has to make their own mark, has to find their own way of distinguishing themselves, you know how good they are, what is their uniqueness about the approach to the process, how do they go for selling, right? Now that we only talk about Sunil Gavaskar, we talk about Tendulkar, and we talk about Kapil Dev, we talk about Anil Kumble, we talk about Rahul Dravid. So when somebody talks about the determination, persistence, you know, we talk about Rahul Dravid, right? No other, not many come there. Maybe Cheteshwar Pujara comes again there. So, like that, for every aspect of a game, there is a person with whom we associate because they have demonstrated that skill, they have demonstrated that attitude, and that kind of understanding of this rejection game, understanding of how formidable they are in this process. So, that's what we should understand. And from winning, from giving proposals, we should, and getting orders, we should become sales champions. And if you want to do, definitely, we have knowledge, we have skills, we have attitude, but we also have to understand this rejection process. It's a natural process which is happening in the customer. So we have to understand this process and take it forward and live with it, understand it, and increase our bottom line and top line and go there. So that's what I have for all of you during this part three of this session, and hope you have a great year this year. Enjoy your selling and bring in more orders and profitable orders for your business owner. And if you are a business owner, you all know how to do your selling yourself. But I hope that whatever I have shared with you is going to help you somewhere in the process of selling. And we look forward to seeing you again in this winning in selling. Thank you so much. And we look forward to hearing from you and seeing you again. Thank you, Prasad. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam. That was a wonderful presentation. I think it was you started with the phrase selling is a rejection game. I think you made all the members tuned towards how the attitude of a selling person should be. A selling is not a victory for every attempt. You gave beautiful examples. I like the examples of Lionel Messi and Ronaldo, what you gave. You told when Lionel Messi makes 57 shoots to the goal, only 8 turns out to be real goals. So, and so this is how you have shown that every attempt you make in selling need not be a success. but you should have the perseverance. So you are trying to drive home the point that continuous efforts, a continuous perseverance is required for a person to be successful in selling. And then he moved ahead, and then he gave the statistics. When you give 100 proposals, what a salesperson does. See, a salesperson cannot be upset or get rejected when a customer tells no. And you told that 46% of the salespersons ask for the order once, and then they keep quiet after giving quotation. And this is what happens actually. So then you went on telling that 24% asked for the second time, 14% asked for the third time, 12% for the fourth time, and then only 4 people are left after the 5 attempts. And 60% of the orders are got by these 4 people who stay till the end, which is an example of perseverance. I think it is all beautifully explained. Selling is a rejection game. Selling requires perseverance, continuous efforts, and then if you have the perseverance, then you are the winner. So this is the message what we have conveyed today, and it was wonderful. I think every salesperson needs to know this point and drive home this point in their mind always. Then only they can call themselves as a successful selling person. I believe all the members are thorough with the points, whatever you have told. And if anybody has any queries or questions, we will put it forward to Mr. Subramaniam, who will be happy to answer your queries. Any questions? I think we have a message from Manish Seth. He has mentioned the session was very good, which might also mean, actually, I think because the speaker took only 2 points today, I think everybody who heard the talk, I'm sure they're very clear about it. So there is no much too much of mixing things. And the 2 points you have driven home so strongly with examples, statistics. So I feel all members are very clear with whatever you have told. I think that's why the it looks like people don't have any doubts, and hence there are no more questions. And I think we can go ahead if there are no questions. I will just wait for about half a minute to see if any doubts are there.
Thank you, Prasad.
Yeah.
And we will continue this winning and selling process
Yeah.
in the next coming months going forward. We will have more sessions, which I'm sure that will help our business owners. And in our RATA group, what happens is we have a lot of business owners who are individually, personally, they are experts in selling. Most of them, they are directly in the sales process. But there are a lot of business owners who have got a very huge organization where they got a very nice sales thing. So for their salesmen, sales process, sales people, sales professionals, I trust that this will be helpful for all of them.
Okay, there's Mr. Subramanian. There's one question from Mr. Manish Seth. What do you suggest should be one mantra for self motivation?
See, for self motivation, the first one mantra is the self confidence. If you are confident that the way, the process with which you are going towards the customer, if you are convinced that you have understood their requirements correctly, you have put that proposal correctly to them, and you have followed every bit of, a systematic way of following up, systematic way of meeting their requirements, understanding and meeting their requirements, I am sure that with self confidence and this, you will be able to secure the orders. So that is what is, I would say, that single mantra.
Okay.
And wherever you want help, you should not be hesitant to take the help. You should be confident of yourself. At the same time, you may not be having the knowledge of everything about the product or the system what you're selling. So take the help from your organization. Be confident that whatever the customer wants, your proposal meets their requirement. That is what is most important.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Subramaniam. I think Mr. Manish Seth has thanked you for the answer. I think probably we should have gone to. I think we should have gone to IIM or some management institute to get these kind of inputs and knowledge. As you told, I think the 38 8 years of experience, what you have in the line of HVAC, and especially in running a business, it is actually showing in the words what you have spoken today. So I think that has made the things very clear. So thank you, Mr. Subramaniam.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you, Prasad.
Okay, now I think it is time to go ahead. I would suggest the members who are here, if any of you are not members of RATA, please sign the check and be the member of RATA. RATA will give you training on all aspects. You can uh, you can get training on management, training on business, know how to earn money, how to make money, everything. There are thousands, hundreds of topics on which you can become, which you can get knowledge from RATA, and it's very important you become a member of RATA. And more than anything, you get a large organization where people who are similar to your trade are there, and you can always share your difficulties and you can share your requirements in that large group. Now, as we spoke, we have one more comment from Amar Gaikwad. He has mentioned that this program has been very useful and to the point. The session has been to the point. That's what I was telling you continuously, that you have selected only 2 points, clarified it with beautiful examples, logic, and I think the people who have heard this will never have any doubts about these two aspects, which are very important in selling. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's it
Thank you.
about RATA. I request everybody to become member.
And we will keep bringing you more programs for every business owner and their staff as well.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, President. So those are the words from our President. We will get more and more interesting programs to you.
Yeah.
Now, my second thing is I thank all the members who have been a part of this webinar. And this webinar has been successful for your presence and your participation and active involvement in the program. I thank you very much. And the third thing is the speaker. The speaker, as I told you, he is a very eminent personality. It's very difficult to get him on phone. Even for 5 minutes, it's difficult to get him on the line. He is involved in many activities. He is called by many organizations to give talks on various issues. He conducts various classes, technical talks, and he goes to many companies and conducts even full day programs. So it's very difficult to get him. He's an eminent consultant in Bangalore, and he's of great service to the HVAC fraternity and to the HVAC association. And we had a wonderful talk from Mr. Subramaniam, and from my heart, I thank Mr. Subramaniam for having given a wonderful talk on winning in selling part 3. So let's give a big round of applause to Mr. Subramaniam, who is the speaker of day.
Thank
And
you.
with this, I think we can conclude, Subramaniam.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so
You
much.
have,
And
you have, you have any last word to tell?
no, you don't give too much of praises to me. I don't know whether how much I deserve. But we look forward to seeing RATA members again in the platform. Again.
Yeah. Okay. You will
Thank
always
you.
not knowing. You will always know what is your value. The others can see it.
Thank you.
Okay. When the sun shines, the sun will not see it. Others will see it. That's what
Thank
happens
you.
actually.
Thank you, Prasad.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
thank you,
Thanks
everybody.
for RATA for giving me an
Yeah.
opportunity
Thank
to
you,
share my.
everybody, and thanks for attending this. And we had a wonderful session. Thank you, Rata. With
Thank
this,
you.
we conclude the program.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.